Hello everyone, Erica from ericarock.com, and today I'd love to speak about forgiveness and then do a forgiveness exercise. Forgiveness is the foundation for every religion for a reason, and this is not a religious video, I'm just stating a fact. There's a reason why every single religion speaks about, teaches about forgiveness and encourages people to forgive, even that which is absolutely unforgivable. So in those instances of things that are just, you want to forgive, you want to release that burden, you want to enlighten and lift that density out of you and off of you, we call in the big guns, meaning the higher power of your heart's understanding, whether that's God, Goddess, divine light, source of all that is, the one who answers our prayers, infinite light, higher power, Jesus, Mother Mary, Buddha, Krishna, whatever it may be, as long as it is a higher power. Because in instances where we have had an experience of something that's so completely unforgivable, we need to call in that higher power to assist us, to help us. And we need to ask for that help. So let's do a little exercise. And I want to also preface this with the following. Forgiveness is not saying that what the other person did is okay. Forgiveness is saying, my definition of forgiveness is saying that I love myself enough to put this down, let this go, and free myself. That's my definition of forgiveness. So if that resonates for you and you can get behind that, let's have an experience of what forgiveness feels like. And there's a zillion ways to go about forgiveness. In fact, I believe in forgiveness so strongly. I became an ancestral clearing and healing practitioner. And the basis for that work is all about forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving our family members, forgiving other people for things they perhaps did to us, things we did to one another. You know, within the family unit, that's where forgiveness is so important. And people have the hardest time forgiving those that they are closest to and that they love the most. Because when those that we love the most hurt us, consciously or unconsciously, it cuts deeper, right? Like you've all had that experience. It really cuts, super disappointing. You're let down, you're heartbroken, and those can be experiences that are the hardest to forgive. But I'm going to bring you through a simple exercise today. It's one of a zillion ways of going about this, and I've done a ton of videos about forgiveness, and I teach something a little different every single time because what works and resonates for one person may not perhaps resonate and work for someone else. Okay. So I want you to call to mind, to think of someone that there was an experience, there was an unwanted experience, a hurtful, painful experience, and that when you think of this person, your heart certainly is not wide open, flowing the most amount of love you can possibly flow to them. When you think of them, you kind of constrict, like, oh, and there's that ouch, there's that hurt, there's that pain, there's that unforgiveness, that resentment, that anger, and perhaps even rage, right? So I want you right now to call someone to mind. Just call them to mind. And we wish to call in our higher power, our higher self, as well as the higher power and higher self of that other person. We call them in now. And as we've called them in, let's create a sacred, holy container that is healing, that fosters and supports forgiveness. And we can do that as easily as I ask, pray, and intend to open a portal of divine grace, divine love, divine healing, and forgiveness in my space, surrounding me, surrounding this other person in this sacred, holy container that's being flooded with love, grace, healing, forgiveness. And you may want to ask, what is the color? What is the divine ray, the divine frequency that represents love, grace, forgiveness, and healing? And allow that hue to flood into your container, to flood into the space, to flood into you, and to flood into this person. And we ask the higher power of our heart's understanding to help us forgive and release this other person completely and totally, no matter what. And with this intention, we set powerful forces into motion. So between you and this other person, I want you to see, feel, allow, imagine a doorway. A doorway that opens. And as you peer through this doorway, you witness and observe the situation, the experience from afar. You're just witnessing and observing what it is you perceive that they did, what you experienced, what it brought up in you, how it hurt you. Just observe it from afar. All that was just so wrong about how you were treated, how wrong the experience was. And I use that word and you may think, well, you're judging. Part of us does judge, don't we? And that's why we're still carrying around this resentment, this hurt, this pain, because we are in judgment. And you are likely to be 1,000% correct in what they did. Their behavior was wrong. And you know deep down that you deserve better. So I just want you to watch the experience, watch how you responded and reacted to it. And we're going to now ask the higher power of our heart's understanding to flood this other person, to flood you, to flood the experience, the story of the experience. Flood it with white light. It pours into the experience, it pours into the memories that you have, it pours into any unresolved emotional content that you are still carrying around. And this white light literally alchemically transmutes, transforms the experience, and literally erases it from your cellular memory, from your energy bodies, from your cells. the molecules. It is literally evaporating what happened. This white light is opening you to forgive and release this other person. For them to forgive and release you, to forgive and release each other, and to forgive and release yourselves. And notice as you witness the experience, where does the pain, the density, the burden, the unforgiveness, the anger, the judgment, the criticism, where does it arise in your body? Feel it in your body and bring this white alchemical light into that area or areas. You might feel it in several places. Flood that white light into your body and all the places and spaces where you feel where the experience is stored. And this white light is cleansing you of the hurt, the pain, the judgment, the criticism, the wanting to be right and making someone else wrong, the wanting to hold this unforgiveness over their head. And may this light bring you into the awareness that that other person is no longer doing that, whatever that was to you. And as you keep the event alive in your body and in your mind and in your memories, you are now hurting you. And you deserve better. You deserve to put this down. And letting yourself off the hook. So let's rest here for a moment, bathing in the energy, allowing the higher power of your heart's understanding to help you release this at the core level so that you're no longer dragging it around. You're not keeping the hurt and the pain alive. You are simply, sweetly, gracefully letting it go. Because you deserve to let it go and you deserve to be free of this. We recognize that by holding on to it, we give away our power to the experience and the other person. So in this perfect now moment, let us take our power back. Let us give ourselves permission to heal, to release. And I want you to powerfully see, feel, allow, imagine the face of that other person up close. I want you to look into their eyes. And tell them that you forgive and release them completely and totally, no matter what. That you are taking all of your power back from them and the experience. And in so doing, you are healing and moving into wholeness, raising your vibration, learning from the experience, and that you are now free from it. You are free, you are liberated. And we ask the higher power of our heart's understanding and this energy of grace, of healing, of forgiveness, of love, this white light that has an alchemical power unlike anything else. We ask these energies to remain with us, working on us, through us, until this process has reached its very fullest and highest completion with ease, speed, and grace in the most loving, highest destiny way possible. So gently but firmly come back into your body. Open your eyes when you're ready. And notice how you feel. Notice how you feel. And my recommendation would be to reignite this intention to forgive and release the person and the experience right before you go to bed. And this is called a dream assignment. And it works so powerfully because the ego is not involved. Your false self is not involved. The story is no longer being told, because the longer we stay in the story, we hold on to it. So we want to release the story. So set an intention before you go to bed. Ask your higher power to come into dream time and continue to heal you, work on you, free and liberate you. And you may have to do this for several days, depending on what happened, because some things are harder to forgive than others, right? So be consistent with this intention, with this dream assignment. And if you have any questions or want to share experience, please post them in the comments below. And if you know of someone that needs this, you know of someone that's carrying around all this pain and hurt from their life experiences, please share it with them. I always appreciate that. So until next time, have a really beautiful day. I'm offering a huge Divine Mother hug and giving you all of my love now and always.